Hey, so after Bharat and Kabir Singh, I think the first decent Hindi movie to come out, which made us go back to the cinema hall, Article 15. And a good time to see it too. Monsoon has arrived in Pune, everything is nicer.
Yeah.
Uh, Ritu, what do you think of the movie?
It's very close to reality. It's based on actually true events. And I expected, when you're like watching a movie too close to reality, it kind of hits you hard, but then it doesn't entertain and it spoils a bit of the fun, so to speak. But I enjoyed the movie. It's made very well, and they've had this sprinkling of humor, strategically placed, lines all through the movie. Very well done, I would say.
The story is about a cop, Ayushman Khurrana, who is been studying in Europe, etc. St. Stephen's first, and then been in Europe. Comes back at his father's behest, joins the IPS, and has an activist type girlfriend or not girlfriend, Isha. Uh, and then while he's traveling, he kind of is getting a welcome back to rural India. He's posted somewhere in UP for his first posting. He thinks it's like an 80s Bollywood movie. That's how he describes it while WhatsApping Isha. And he lands straight into chaos because as soon as he comes, literally the next day, the bodies of two girls of a lower caste are found hanging from a tree. Of course, Ayushman has to learn about what is caste. He's never had to deal with something like this before. And now he has to try and figure out who's who, what's what, and who's on whose side, including his cops. I thought two of them, actually three of them. Sushil Pandey, who's Nihal Singh, plays his kind of bodyguard. Kumud Mishra is outstanding as Jatav, SC/ST guy who's kind of worked his way up. And then there's the incomparable Manoj Pawa, who's simply outstanding as, let's say, a Brahmin cop. Sayani Gupta is probably the recognizable face of the Dalit villagers amongst who were these girls who were hanged. And Muhammad Zishan Ayub has a small but significant cameo. I think that kind of rounds up the cast. Uh, I agree with Ritu. The movie is really nice. I didn't want something heavy, and as Ritu pointed out, there's strategically placed humor, so it doesn't feel out of place and kind of takes you along.
Absolutely.
It reminded me, by the way, of Arvind Adiga's brilliant book, which is The White Tiger, because that also speaks about the two Indias, right? There is an India which we inhabit, and caste never really mattered. Who's cooking for you? Do you really care? But then there is an India where this is very important, and this determines to a large extent what you can or can't do. For example, there are people beaten up because they dared to enter a temple, which they're not supposed to. And I guess that's what Article 15 of our Constitution is all about, where we shouldn't be discriminating, but isn't it sad that 70 years on from independence, there are large pockets of India which still are?
Even that small dialogue that the girlfriend mentions, a few years ago, even our mums had the dishes, the separate plates for the house help.
So that, I mean, it is practiced in some forms, it is not practiced in some forms. Perhaps it's time we stop. I thought the acting was spot on. Everybody was outstanding. Like I said, special mention for Kumud Mishra and Manoj Pawa, who were just brilliant.
The Ayub, one other scene which was very profound was Ayub's twirling his mustache.
Right.
So whom did it remind you of?
Shikhar Dhawan.
No, I'm thinking Indian history up now. Bhagat Singh.
Chandrasekhar Azad.
Bhagat Singh or
And-
Chandrasekhar
Right,
Azad,
right,
and he
right.
says there will be more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
But-
that was profound.
Yeah, I think really well made film. Your rating?
I would go with the 7.
7 out of 10. Okay. I'm higher. I would go probably with the 8 on 10. I thought the end was a little too packed. I think there could have been a
Kind
little
of,
more
yes,
drama.
yes.
And I didn't like the end credits song. I thought that was unnecessary. But apart from that, I would really recommend that you go watch this movie in the theater. Thank you.